Hello, I'm Jonathan Morton, and welcome to Judge the Cover, where I take an in-depth look at cover design by judging what factors of a cover help it succeed or fail at capturing its targeted audience. Today I will be looking at the cover of 12 Kings and Sharakhai by Bradley Bowyer, jacket painting designed by Adam Paquette. Both their sites are linked below if you want to look them up. Here's the front, here's the spine, and here's the first line from the blurb of the book. Sharakhai, the great city of the desert, center of commerce and culture, has been ruled from time immemorial by 12 kings, cruel, ruthless, powerful, and immortal. Does this cover have what it takes to stand out and be taken home, or will it be doomed to collect dust on the shelf? Stay tuned to find out.
There's no denying that people judge things by their covers, and it usually comes down to wanting to shy away from or engage more into a particular experience. The saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover," can apply to a variety of situations, and in general, is a good rule to follow. By making snap judgments, we deprive ourselves of the ability to dive deeper, learn more, or experience something new. However, being able to judge a situation quickly can not only protect us, but increase the likelihood of engaging in experiences we already enjoy. In the book world, covers craft these expected experiences in readers' minds. So, the question becomes, how do you get the right readers to pick up your book? I believe it's all about how they judge the cover.
As always, let's start with the spine. Everything's spaced well enough with room to be read. The author's name and title of the book are easily noted and separated. The font is clean and readable. Overall, this spine is not flashy, but it doesn't have to be because its thickness and solid purple background play a large role in allowing it to pop out from other books that may be surrounding it. The purple also serves to complement the predominantly yellow image from the front cover that has been nicely placed in the center, both as a visual cue and a natural separator. The purple and yellow color palette is echoed across the entire jacket, but here it allows the front cover image to pop a little bit more and adds a sense of depth that draws the eye. This effect is further emphasized by the dark character on the foreground. But let's move to the front cover so we can talk about that a little bit more. Although it is more prominent on the spine due to the size and having a frame around it, the front image here still retains a great sense of depth. In the foreground here, we have a great detailed image of a woman, possibly the main character. The sword on her back pops out right away, as it sits right on the second third of the book and is somewhat lighter in color than the rest of her armor. That, mixed with the setting sun in the background, suggests she's up to something possibly illegal. That could also be dangerous. I might go as far as to suggest that the tower in the middle ground is her goal, due to how prominent it is in this scene, but it could just be giving us an idea of the setting as well. When we look at the character's clothing combined with the architecture, it suggests that we are in a desert kingdom of some sort, likely ruled or being fought over by 12 kings, which the title suggests. Speaking of the title, it looks clean. They avoided the temptation to go with an Arabian-style font. I think this font was chosen because an Arabian-style one may have been too distracting, did not fit with the darker themes that are suggested in the blurb, as Arabian font reminds people of things like Aladdin. Also, I wish I could identify fonts, as I really like the weight and shape of this one. Beyond that, I also like how the N is shrunk down, and not only stops the title from looking squished, but it helps it look unique as well. As I look at the cover as a whole, another author quote. Wise readers will hop on this train now, as the journey promises to be breathtaking. Excuse me, is there going to be a train in this story? Are you trying to tell me something? Or are you just saying a phrase that sums up to something like this? I like it. Go read it and see if you like it. I think I'm going to make that my default author quote, if I ever get popular enough to do one. Anyways, let's go back to the cover. As I look at the cover as a whole, I'm trying to think of what emotion it conveys. For me, that was a sense of awe, if you count that as an emotion, as the very image is very grand at scale. Due to that, I would expect this story to involve a lot of world building and fantasy type elements. With all that said, this type of cover is one that establishes a setting and genre overall, which would likely be Middle Eastern fantasy. As for the story, I can make assumptions, but would need the blurb to tell me a little bit more. But wait, before we get there, here's a look at the back. I like how the purple and yellow gradient looks, and that's all that's worth talking about. Let's get to the blurb. Lining up with the cover, I like how it starts big with the setting, then pulls in with each paragraph, showing the stakes of the story and then getting more personal with the main character by the time we get to the end of it. As it wraps up, I have a good sense of what type of adventure this is going to be, and it gets me to wonder about what could happen or what she might have saw that led to all of this. What's interesting about this blurb is that this is usually the point where I might normally say they spoiled the inciting incident. But now I'm looking forward to it as I have to know what she discovered. Additionally, I already know the motives of the main character and the threat that could stop her. A threat that sounds formidable, if not undefeatable, due to the resources I'm told they have in earlier parts of the blurb. Altogether, it's a solid blurb and one that you would be wise to use as a template for your own stories. But let's not dwell here too long, as it's time for the final verdict. And I give it my personal score of... come on, if you've watched my videos, you've seen it on my shelf, so you know that I gave it an instant buy! And since I am the target market, a lover of fantasy books with rich world building and an intriguing story, it also gets an instant buy for its targeted market as well, which means it gets a double seal of approval! Oh yeah. I'm only going to put that logo once though because I already have an animation for one set up, and two coming across the screen could get a little annoying for some viewers, and if I yell too loud too often, I could wake up my kids. But what do you think? Let me know below what score you would give 12 Kings of Sharakhai's cover, and if I accurately identified the targeted market for this book. If the 12 Kings of Sharakhai caught your attention like it did mine, I linked its Amazon page below for your convenience. It's a good way to add it to your wish list, sample it, or maybe buy it. Thank you for watching. If you have any covers that you think need to be judged, or just would like me to analyze, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because subscribing alone does not guarantee that you will see my videos when I come out with a new one. And share it, as it will help me grow this channel and allows me to continue making content like this. And as always, don't forget to learn, create, and help others do the same. I'll see you next time.